Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're looking at the T57 Tier 10 American heavy tank. Not really a heavy tank, it's not a brawling tank, it's an autoloader. It fires 4 shots. Each of the shots does up to 400 damage, 258 penetration with standard ammunition, and then with heat it's 340. Now, a lot of people say that they lose money at Tier 10s, and 98% of the time I do not lose money. I always make it. I don't use gold. I don't really need to. I'll show you why. We can do some gameplays. So the view range, because my crew is 408 meters, which is very respectable. I have a gun lane drive because the aim time is 2.7. The gun's fairly accurate at 0.35. I have stabilizers for 20% accuracy during movement and turret rotation, so it's slightly faster, and vents just to give 5% crew bonus. Speed limit 35.4, 58 tons, 810 brake horsepower, so it's not too bad. 7.4 rate of fire, so it's literally you fire a shot, 2 seconds, fire a shot, 2 seconds, fire a shot. It takes 23.44 seconds to reload, so that's 1600 potential damage, or 3200 in a minute, or just over if you could have obviously the choice targets. Turret traverse, very nice, health at 36. Hull traverse at 30. Now that is fantastic. It's a 58 ton tank. It's got good healthy hit points as well, 2250. Hull armour leaves much to be desired, 203, which is quite nice sloped, but if you look at the bottom, oopsie daisy, you can see that the hull lower plating is rather large around here. The turret is easily penetrated from any angle. But the tank's pretty soft. It's not a brawling tank. 127mm. Let's look at the information in Tank Inspector. So the T57 is a pretty sexy looking machine. At the front, this little piece here is quite hard to penetrate. If they get dead on, they may not go through. The lower plate is so easy to go through, and the upper plate is easy as well. If you angle it this degree, it only proves it slightly, so more or less all the shots that you're going to take in are going to go through. Same with the turret itself. 284, 210, 196. That's what's going to be able to get through your self at all times. Like the penetration for this gun is 258 and 340, and similar for other tanks. At the lower part, if they go for this section, which if you want to kill this thing, this is where you go for 144. So aim just below the gun. Even the gun itself is quite easy to go through. Now this is quite misleading. You can see that the gun itself shoots off, doesn't it, at the angle wise. So some of the shots, if you fire it here, may just ricochet off. Depends on where you're shooting from. If you're shooting from this angle and you hit this side, it's obviously going to ricochet. If you're hitting dead on, if you aim for the gun itself, you're probably going to penetrate. If you aim, let's just move this gun up a bit more. Ooh. There we go, baby girl. If you aim for underneath, that's going to be a ricochet or penetration, so it's always easy just to go for this part. Try not to go for the cheeks, because sometimes the cheeks, if you look at them, they are quite rounded on the outside, unless you can go for the hit here in this kind of, like, let's say valley for sake of looking at it. Even the section here is very, very thin for the commander's hatch. The top plate is very hard, that's just going to straight ricochet. Looking at this tank from the top, it's got such a large head, like an alien head. It's just going to penetrate and probably wipe out the entire tank. There's no you can do to stop the penetration going through. Same with the side of the turret, it's pretty crap, and the back as well. But if you go for a shot at the back of the turret itself, let's just lower this down. The shot's probably just going to go into this section here and just cause some severe damage into the main housing of the tank and the engine. So kill this any way you want, but to get the best results for yourself, just stay behind somebody else. It's a destroyer. It's literally a destroyer. It's not a tank, a heavy tank, it's a tank destroyer. That's mobile. It's like the T30 but just on steroids. It's so hard, so damaging. 1600 damage caused in 30 seconds or so. Alright, let's look at 2 gameplays that I've got ready for you today. First game up, we're on Winterberg. It's 48% win chance, so it's going to require some skillful gameplay by all of us really to make sure we win. We've got some really solid players on both teams. which makes it a nice interesting match. But it's a quite good lineup. We've got all these tier 8s. We've got fire every 9 to what, say 14 seconds. We can put some real good damage into them. I'm going to fast forward. I always take the hill where possible in this and hope that the guys split up. So we'll speed it up. We've got a nice concentration. AMX, Tiger 2 and the E50M. It's a bit lighter than what I would have liked, but it's a standard medium push. Thank you very much to you watching Inotus and the E50M for giving me a push. So I'm going to push down, just speed it up a touch just to get into position. Even though I'm not going to be able to fire at him, I'm trying to look away just so he thinks I'm going to fire. More from fear than anything else. See the 8 line's been pushed heavy, but not much has gone down in 1, 2, 3. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else appears, because sometimes you might get 2 or 3 people who just pop over that hill and don't want to get nailed. I'm just waiting for him. I'm covering the E50 while he takes his shot. I could have gone around and taken him a shot, but I was allowing the E50 to do his thing. Oh, that was a very lucky second shot. And he fired heat into me, APCR, standard ammo, I guess. I've got 1 shell left in the breach. Now our 8 line is just completely folded. Look at that. What, a minute into the game? Minute and a half? Game's completely gone. Artie just took out a T54 with virtually no health. Well done to you, mate. Congratulations for doing nothing for the team. So I've got 1 shot in the breach. I'm just hoping that we can get a shot into this chap down here. Yep. 1 in. 430 damage. Nice roll. Now we've got 5 tanks pushing through. 6 tanks. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. Unfortunately, the E50 and the Tiger 2 didn't move back to assist. At this point I didn't really realise, I just wanted to get a kill onto this IS-7 just to get him off the field. There we go. 2 kills in. 1549 damage caused so far. I believe it's, so that'll be about what, 2170, let's say. That's what you need to get a decent win out. So I've now got 3 shots left in the clip. I dare not reload. If I reloaded now, I wouldn't have any shots to get into the enemies to stop them decapping. So what do you reckon's going to happen? Don't know why I'm taking my time here. Look where I'm aiming. 14 seconds left. Got 3 shots in the breach, and I've started to reload. Only reloaded though because somebody went and got a shot in. First shot in. Moved him from the table. We've only got 3 seconds left, and I managed to hit that guy, decap, hit the second guy, and decap again. So thankfully that was a bit of a save. Now up to 3,380 damage, and we only just managed to save that. Otherwise I don't think the other guys would have pushed hard enough to knock them out. I didn't keep concentrating on 1 target. I fired at 2 targets just to stop the overall capping. Fourth kill. Look at that. That guy there in the KV5 is telling me to get down there and do some damage. It's like, well, if I wasn't sat here sniping, then we would have lost the game. And this tank can snipe. With shots to spare. So now going in, I've got 2 shots in the clip. See if we can finish off this IS-7. Potential 800 damage, I'm going to ding off him. Oh, it's already gone down. So we've got 4 to their 6. We've got some very strong tanks left though. 50B and myself with our auto-loading capacity. Pretty massive. I've only taken 1 shot from APCR from the Leopard PTA. Prototype. So I'm just going to push heavy. Reloaded. Going for a shot. Decide that it's going to be too far away. Check out that chap. Name 103, and just secured my ace. 3,153 win 8 so far, 4,091 damage. 3 targets left. Look at that. Why would that guy do that? Why would he try capping when there's so many people right near our cap? You would at least probably wait a minute or two, wouldn't you? Because our team is obviously going to think they're all back at their cap, so we're going to go for their cap. And he could have just started the countdown then and possibly got it, but never mind. I'm going arty hunting. Arty's still a dangerous threat with their huge damage potential. Not sure how that one bounced. 3752, so more or less after the game it was about 4,700 win 8. Not too bad a game. Nice tank. It's very good when you get this tank. If you look at my statistics, I've got a 43% win rate, 165 games played. Like, what's going on, Davo? What are you doing? Mainly because of the random games I'm playing. You're only one man in a team of 15. Let's look at the end of game statistics. So we earned 65,035 credits, 1,620 experience, and we got us Top Gun and First Class Mastery Badge. You can see we put a lot of shots into quite a few different targets. Team score, did a respectful 4,601 damage, and our team did very well. D50, well done fella. 50B, well done, and D75, steel wall. Nice numbers overall. Hostile team T62A did a very good job, 4,415 damage, nearly double the number of damage by the next person, even added them together, more or less nearly. Nice win. 16 shots fired, 15 hits, 15 penetrations. Every single shot penetrated. Still made 27,435 credits. So, I mean, you don't need to spend a load of cash. 400 blocked by armor, so one dinged off me, and managed to track one guy for 422 damage. 4 vehicles spotted, 9 damaged, 7 destroyed. Let's look at the next gameplay. This game we're on Fisherman's bait. Fairly average game again. Nothing spectacular. I've not chosen my best games in this tank for the review. I wanted to just show you the tank as itself. The tank's still overpowered. I'm still struggle with this, as I said earlier. 43% win rate. So hard to get good games with good people. I'm just going to speed it up a touch. Vroom. How fast it is. Out. So, taking up position. See where anybody is. See how they all move. For some reason we've got a couple of heavies gone down the 1-2 line. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I don't really like it. I'd rather we just all take the heavies down into one section and annihilate them. Ooh, come back. Missed him. Took a blank shot and took a receiving shot. So where did that penetrate? Straight through the track. Somewhere under there, can't really see it. And I got one shot out of all that, but it was a kill shot. 142 damage out of potential 1600. Not too good. Now reloading an E100 in the centre of the map. I've got 2 guys with me. E3 TD, Mega Tank, and the FB215B, which is so accurate, but not here or there. I like to take this position. Some people do, some people don't. Gives you a good firing platform into the middle of the map, i.e. where the E100 was last spotted, the bottom right. So what mods do you guys use anyway? Have you got this tank? Do you like it? What's your favourite tank? This has to be one of my favourites. First shot in. Second shot missed. Third shot missed. Fourth shot missed. I'm getting one shot in out of every 4. Over 2,100 damage needed to get a respectable damage output for this tank. I'm zoomed out. I've got the capacity to be able to zoom out to 500 just so I can see. That A3 should not be taking that much damage. It's a pretty formidable tank with really, really good armour. I'm going to go for the IS-8. First shot in. Gone for the top of the E100 and missed. For some reason I bounced an E100. Right, where did he go? So one of them put a shot through there and the E100 hit the side. Same before in the tank inspector. If the angle's too great, it'll just automatically ricochet, which is good, because that E100 may have done 500, it may have done over 700 damage on me, which would have hurt. So I'm fully reloaded. I'm going to go back in. The location's known. Sometimes I just hope that people think I've moved somewhere else. Just nudging out to see what's there. I need to get some damage out there though. All this time it's taking me to get the damage out. My guys are taking damage, so I'm causing problems for the team here. You must maintain a good fire rate and put this tank to good use, or your team could lose. RNG takes into consideration when it puts you into a game. Come on, pull out, pull out, pull out. Nicely done. Didn't even bother angling his armour. And a kill shot. One shot left. What can I do with this one shot? Yay! With a lucky shot. D75 bounced. Ooh, golly. It's probably because I was pulling back. So the shell, as it was coming forward, I was pulling back, and it would have, do you know what I mean? It would have just moved to the right a bit, so the shell was continually going back. It's just the angle of the armour. It's hit the very top of the armour and bounced off, thankfully. Getting slagged off now as well. Not sure why. Fully reloaded, going to get back in there. E75 still traced that's 80 metres away. I'm moving in. Let's fire at the E3. I don't want to take another hit. The E3 was killed by a Waffentrager Panzer IV with stupidly good camo rating. So technically that tank could be in my back pocket. I wouldn't even realise it was there. Oh, they fixed that. No gun should be able to fire with such huge calibre and not be spotted. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to risk it now. Panzer IV is somewhere over that side. I'm hoping that I can absorb a shot, get around to the 100 and put some pressure onto him. I don't want to go frontal with him. I want to go to where he's weakest, flank or back. He's now trying to get out of there. I'm perfect. Couldn't have asked for better. I'm firing gold because I was nervous about trying to penetrate. And I took a Waffentrager shot and the W100 shot. Well, luckily a low roll, otherwise it would have wiped me out. Got 4 kills so far. 4,747 damage. Win rate of 3,929 base, but obviously you look at about 25% extra. Now loaded standard ammunition. I'm apologising to the E100 driver just because I used gold. Gold should be, you'd have to pay for it with real life cash. It should be so easy for people to use. That E100 is a monstrous tank. It's got a slow reload, and the other thing it's really got is its awesome capabilities to SideScrape and to angle its armour. It's got beastly armour, but as soon as anybody loads gold, that's it. Game over. Missed one shell out of what, 3? How many shots? 4 shots. Put one in earlier, so 1 out of 3 dinged because they just got a bad shot angle. I'm not wanting to die at this point. The Waffentrager Panzer IV rammed the Object 140 and killed him. And 5 kills. Let's look at the end of game stats. 4,821, approximately 5,000 win rate. Not too bad. 69. We had max damage 4,821. The nearest was 2,966, so not too bad. Back chat's pretty good burst damage. I'll normally get about 2 or 3k, 2 clips off in a batch shot, and then I'll be dead. And the other T57 came close with about 1200 less than me in damage. The rest of the team did pretty good. AMX, what did he manage to get? Nice spotting damage. Hostile. Wow. Okay. So we still earned, because I used a full clip, 4 shells, 4,835 credits. We travelled 1.65 miles, 524 shells, 23 hits, 15 penetrations. That's pretty low. Think about it. That's really kind of low. 2/3 of the shells went in, 1/3 didn't. 7 hits received, 5 penetrations, 2 non-penetrations surprisingly. Blocked 1,000 damage, which would have wiped me off the field. Probably made it so I didn't cause as much damage and we could have lost the game. Anyway, that's the game over. The video's done. Thank you very much for your time, guys. I would like to ask you just send me in your World of Tanks replays. If you fancy joining me in games, let me know. World of Tanks, War Thunder, Armour 3, Unturned, I don't mind. Just let me know. It'd be a nice place and make some videos for you guys. Anyway, take care, subscribe, like as well. It means a lot to me and it helps the channel greatly. Show it off to your friends. Take care.